everyone? Welcome to episode 28 of the GoGedders Podcast. We got a very special episode for you today. We're switching things up. We got our first artist ever on the podcast, RayNitti. We're at Summerfest grounds, right in front of the Miller Lite stage where Ray's going to be playing right before Ludacris, July 2nd, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Make sure to check that out. Ray's obviously had a very successful career and interesting backstory, and he's also doing a lot of good work for the community. So we're going to be diving into all of that today. So Ray, welcome to the show. Thank you for
having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Good seeing you. So your backstory, you're not from here. Can you tell me about your upbringing? How did you get here? How did you get into music?
Originally, I was born and raised in St. Thomas of Virgin Islands. Moved here in 1998. So if you didn't know, that's my original accent. So
very impressive.
I had to do that, so I could adapt. No, I did have a very interesting journey from the Virgin Islands to Milwaukee. Saw my mom deal with a lot of abuse as a child. Grew up in an abusive household. A particular incident that I saw, I guess that was like her final, okay, we're getting out of here, we're going to Milwaukee. Picked up writing through a youth leadership program called Urban Underground. And I always thank Charlene and Reggie Moore for really instilling a lot of the skills and values that I have now, because just dealing with a lot of those things as a child and then moving, you don't really have a lot of people you could share with, you could open yourself to and express just these emotions that you had bottled up. But through a poetry workshop in Urban Underground, where they brought two poets by the name of Kwabena Nixon and Muhib Dair, they taught me how to express myself through writing poetry. And a lot of these emotions that I was dealing with as a child, I was able to now express them through writing poems and stuff like that. And then eventually that translated into music. Tried freestyling in high school. It was terrible, took a lot of L's at lunchtime trying to freestyle battle, but just stuck to it. And I think once I started putting a lot of my stories and my passion and things that I used to keep inside into my music, that's what made me want to see, okay, not the music, the poetry. It made me want to figure out how can I turn this into a beautiful song about my life.
And what was your first big break? When did you start getting in the studio? And I saw, in 2005 you got to tour overseas with Cincere. Did anything kind of happen, or tell me about what led up to that? And
I would say just from being persistent and always wanting to be around somebody and learning from them, just being able to be in rooms and take in as much knowledge as possible. That's how I ended up getting around Cincere, and then he really took a chance on me, I felt, because he didn't have to invite me on that Armed Forces tour. He could have took anybody else that he wanted to.
So you get a break with Bow in 08, 09?
Yeah, about 09, yeah.
09. How did that all happen? And what was that like for you? Was that the first time you heard yourself on the radio, or what?
Yes, that was the first time I heard myself on the radio. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I'm sitting in the car with me and my homie Zave, and we're in front. Ironically enough, we're sitting in front of Urban Underground, right? This I don't even think the building was open. It was at night. Just happened to pull over, and it was heat from the street at the time, I think. And DJ O had gave me the call, yo man, Bailey is liking the record. We're about to start it on the radio. And then we heard it, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. So we in the car going crazy, here we are, about to be a millionaire tomorrow. And it didn't happen like that, but but it was just a great feeling, and I realized that the feeling is still the same, hearing your music on the radio like it's the first time. Obviously, it's not the feeling of you're gonna be a millionaire tomorrow when you hear it, but just to still be able to hear it, that was amazing to experience.
That's awesome. Last question. Out of everything you've done and been through, what would you say you're most proud of?
After everything that I've been through and done, I would have to say I'm most proud of my wife and kids. I would have to say that. My kids, they inspire me a whole lot to see how smart they are and how much like they want to help other people as well. Just like my son, he's like, like these kids are just amazing to me how like they care so much about other people, right? And just want to help others. Or like we could be driving by the highway and Junior would be like, but Dad, we have some apples in the fridge. Can we get the homeless guy an apple that's I'm like, all right, Junior. So we'd go get an apple and take it to him. But just like, that's my motivation. I feel like that's what I'm most proud of right now is my family. That's what I'm most proud of, I like to say. And I mean, I'd like to say I'm proud of the direction that I know that Milwaukee could go into. I'm very proud of that. It will take a lot of work and it will take a lot of people removing their egos and coming together for a holistic vision of what better Milwaukee could look like. So that's my most proud things.
You're off the hot seat. Thanks so much for coming on, sharing your story. Really good having you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Download my album. Mind of an Aries, all of that.
Mind of an Aries.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Had to get it in.